Hello, and welcome to BOI-Impact. I am Elo Odibo-Madaki. The Bank of Industry operates 4 subsidiaries that play a vital role in advancing its mandate of supporting Nigeria's industrialization and economic development. They are BOI Investment and Trust Company Limited (BOI-ITC), BOI Microfinance Bank Limited (BOI-MFB), LECON Finance Company Limited, and BOI Insurance Brokers Limited. Throughout the month of May, we'll be featuring these subsidiaries, including a 2-part series on BOI Investment and Trust Company Limited (BOI-ITC).
Established in 1987, BOI-ITC stands as one of the foremost trust companies in Nigeria. It is duly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) as a capital market operator, authorized to operate as a trustee and fund portfolio manager.
In this episode, we feature an insightful interview with Flora Fabian, the Managing Director of BOI-ITC, who shares the company's mission, impact, and strategic role in Nigeria's financial ecosystem. We'll also hear firsthand from 2 of BOI-ITC's clients, Impacto Nigeria Limited and Engee Manufacturing Company Nigeria Limited. Their stories showcase how BOI-ITC support is helping businesses thrive and contribute to Nigeria's industrial and economic growth. With over 35 years of experience, BOI-ITC specializes in trust services, financial and governance advisory, serving both private and corporate clients across Nigeria. BOI-ITC has supported over 150 BOI customers across various thematic areas through financial advisory and trusteeship services. The Managing Director of BOI-ITC, Flora Fabian, tells us more about the company's services.
BOI-ITC has a broad range of services that we offer, covering financial advisory, governance advisory, and obviously our core business, which is the trusteeship business. Under the financial advisory, we advise customers, we help customers wishing to access BOI loans. We assist them in simplifying the process, in working through the process. So this is directly tied to BOI's mandates, helping companies access finance. Then we're also a licensed business development service provider. So this is a service we offer in that capacity to MSMEs wishing to access BOI loans. Then on the governance advisory side, we help companies structure for operational efficiency in terms of ensuring that they have proper regulatory compliance and proper governance structures. Obviously, this is very, very important for businesses wishing to scale and businesses wishing to access additional finance and possibly the capital markets. And then for our core business, trusteeships, we offer a full suite of trust services, from private trust services for estate planning to public trust services and debt and capital markets services for bond issuance, loan syndications, and all sorts. So we offer a full suite of services targeted at ensuring that businesses access finance in a safe and structured manner. Our services in terms of governance advisory, financial advisory, are targeted at companies, but then for the private trust side of things, those are targeted at individuals. And then obviously when it comes to bond transactions, securities trusteeship transactions, those are for corporates. So it depends on what the service that is required is. So we do serve both individuals and corporates.
Impacto Nigeria Limited is one of the clients of BOI-ITC. The company produces building materials, plumbing materials, ceramic products, and tiles, while emphasizing quality and excellence. The Managing Director of the company, Chidozie Odeze, gives more details.
Impacto as a company started in 1997 in Spain and came to Nigeria officially in the year 2001, but has been in Nigeria since 1999, but registered officially as Impacto Trading Nigeria, but recently changed to Impacto Nigeria Limited. So our history here in Nigeria is close to 25 years. Impacto Nigeria started as a trading company into finishing materials in line with my base as an architect. And we ventured into manufacturing. We have 3 factories now, setting up the 4th one. We have a glue cement factory. We have a pre-stressed concrete plant in Abuja. And we are setting up a stone cutting factory here with Stone Depot by Impacto Limited. So basically, we have tried to stay at the finishing end of building. We are in the whole spectrum of finishing. So we say wall, floor, and ceiling. We do tiles basically. Everybody knows Impacto as a tile service provider. So not just selling the product, but also in installation and finishing of the tiles. But we have gone beyond that to sanitary wares, ceiling, paints, and all aspects of finishing in a home. We recently started working with Nigeria-made granite to finish it according to European standard for export and internal use. Most importantly, the granite aspect of it, because we have a large deposit of granite stone in Nigeria, and what we have done recently with the new factory we have set up is to finish those products well for export and internal use.
Firstly, we're a wholly owned subsidiary of BOI, or Bank of Industry, which is Nigeria's leading development finance institution. This gives us a lot of institutional backing, credibility, and in the trust business, this is one of the requirements, one of the key factors when you look at a trustee. We have that backing of a big financial institution, and the credibility that comes with that is unparalleled. Then secondly, as a business development service provider to BOI, we have a unique line of sight of MSMEs trying to access financing. We help MSMEs because we're a business development service provider. So if a company is wishing to access financing, they come and talk to us and we help them with that process. So that's a key way that we're helping businesses directly. And this is also in line with the parent company's mandate as a development finance institution, which is providing access to finance. And this is one of the key things that we do. Then for individuals, we largely help through our private trust services. You can come to talk to us about estate planning, which is not just about writing a will, it's about a whole suite of things, from identifying who your beneficiaries are, what are your healthcare directives, setting up educational trusts, so a whole suite of things.
BOI-ITC acts as security trustees over Impacto Nigeria Limited's pledged assets used as collateral for facilities obtained from BOI and other lenders.
In our earlier stages, when we sought for funding from BOI, and I think it was in our 3rd loan approval that we were approached by BOI trustees, and we found out that it is a good process, it is a good system, so to speak, and you don't need to move your assets from one bank to the other because you have a trust company that is holding on to that. It has unlocked our various assets, real estate, that have documentation. It has been able to unlock it for to access funds, and that has helped us to grow. So we can now look for further funding from different aspects because of our relationship with BOI trustees. For BOI trustees as a company, it's been seamless. They understand the dynamics, and most especially because for us as a company, we have funding only from BOI, Bank of Industry. So since it's a sister company of BOI, it has been seamless because the fund we are getting is from BOI, and it's easy for them to cross-check. For a company with a vision, funding gives you a speed of execution. So something maybe where you could have been in 30 years time or in 10 years time, you could be there in 2 years. So which comes with every good thing along the line, which is employing more people, establishing more outlets, establishing your supply chain better, exporting products. We started exporting some of our finishing materials. And so yes, it assists us in all the positive areas, increasing the number of staff, going into all the environmental. For instance, recently we were asked to do we called in the environmental people to do the assessment of our factory and give us the green light and the certifications. There's also some areas where we need to improve. We improved on them and they gave us the certification. So assessing and dealing with BOI trustees, going through that formal system of loan fund accessibility gives you those improvements in your business. With our ability to work with BOI trustees, we are now able to open our stone cutting factory. Without them, it would probably not be in this position now to have this factory up and running. And using this as a case study, we're already employing close to 30 people. We've set up one of the best equipment for polishing, grinding, and working with stones, granite and marble, both imported and local. So that in itself is an improvement it has done to our business. So, and I think, like I said, the number is there. The concrete plant we have in Abuja that should be taken off in June was also part of the project we started with BOI trustees. They work with the banks for us to assess that loans. The other plant we have in Abuja with the concrete, the precast concrete, is also going to employ close to 40 people. Yes, they made it possible because we worked with them in that project, in that funding, because we are no more importing only. We are now exporting and we are now producing locally.
For over 6 decades, Bank of Industry has been here, driving Nigeria's industrial development through financial and business support services to micro enterprises, small and medium enterprises, and large enterprises across Nigeria. Leveraging on strategic partnerships, we provide equipment financing, working capital, and support to enterprises in key sectors of Nigeria's economy, including youth and women-led enterprises. Whatever your business needs, starting up, expansion, diversification, modernization, or rehabilitation, we'll be here, always to support you. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
Based on the relationship, we've been able to increase capacity. Which is relevant for business. And we intend to keep that relationship so that we can also continue to increase capacity and have a good market share in the market. Efficiency has improved. We have great machines now. We don't use the manual machines. So we have machines that have actually helped improve the quality of our brands. Initially, we used to take some fabrics out, but now we don't. That cost that used to go out is no longer going out. We've increased by almost 200% in numbers. Frankly speaking, I was impressed in the speed at which they attended to us in our request. So they've been supportive, and I would only say thumbs up and hope that my relationship continues to remain cordial and continue to assess them for future growth.
Welcome back. In continuation of our program, we now bring you another client of BOI-ITC, Engee Manufacturing Company Nigeria Limited. Engee proudly positions itself as the largest producer of PET resin in West Africa, with an impressive production capacity of over 150,000 tons per annum. PET resin is the preferred material for manufacturing beverage bottles, including those used for water, soft drinks, and juices. Located in Ogun State, The company's factory was commissioned in 2017 and is fully equipped with state-of-the-art production technologies and processes. Engee PET Manufacturing Company Nigeria Limited was established in 2014, led by the Managing Director Vlasis Liakuris and assisted by a dedicated and experienced team.
We are the foremost and leading manufacturer of food-grade PET resins in Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, we are the biggest manufacturer of PET resin in West Africa. We are proudly part of the Jotna Group, a major industrial powerhouse. We started in 2014. We have been serving the needs of the food and beverage, non-alcoholic food and beverage industry of Nigeria since 2017, when we commissioned the factory, which is situated in Ibesa, Ogun State. It's an ultra-modern factory with an annual capacity of at least 150,000 tons per annum. Indeed, there was a gap. Nigeria used to import food-grade PET for the needs of the bottlers. Obviously, there is no need for Nigeria to import PET. We can manufacture world-class food-grade PET resins in the country. So we saw this as an opportunity not only to start a good business, but also to contribute, to the self-sufficiency of Nigeria and Nigerian's economy. And that informed our decision to invest in a very modern, almost fully automated plant in Ibesa. So we want Nigeria to be it's a food security matter in a way. I mean, obviously, soft drinks and water are not exactly food, but in a way, I mean, it's a food security matter. What happens if for some reason there is a global crisis and for whatever reason we can't import PET resin? How people will drink water? So it's a very serious matter. So we believe we contribute significantly to Nigerians' self-sufficiency and also, in a way, to Nigeria's job food security, in addition to creating, many jobs.
Boasting the latest in resin manufacturing technology, Engee PET is delighted to leverage the advantage provided to introduce one of the finest and most consistent quality of food-grade resin available in West Africa today.
I've been in Nigeria since 2004. That's for almost 21 years now. I know BOI since 2004 and 5, and I've been doing a lot of, I had, the chance to interact, a lot with BOI in all my previous capacities. I knew BOI very well, but also my colleagues, knew BOI very well. It has an industrial focus. It has a developmental focus. So BOI has the capacity to understand complex processes and complex projects like ours, yeah? And of course, BOI offers the benefit of long-term funding. And of course, the cost of capital is quite important because, as you know, manufacturing, whether you like it or not, has to operate within, with humble margins. So to summarize, is understanding tenors and cost of capital that make BOI pretty unique and pretty useful to manufacturing companies.
BOI-ITC provided financial advisory services and also helped Engee PET to raise over 5 billion naira from BOI, comprising working capital and term loans.
The quality of your financial advisor will practically guarantee the quality of your foundations, yeah? So it's important when you embark in long-term, costly projects, it's very important, to have a very robust, feasibility study and, which is part of the job of the financial advisor to support us with creating a very strong feasibility study, plan very well our balance sheet, our cash flows. So I would say it's critical. It's critically important to have a top-notch financial advisory at the beginning, because any mistake can be very, very costly and very difficult to reverse along the way. Yeah. So in a nutshell, it's extremely important to have a knowledgeable and supportive financial advisor. By all means, I will recommend the services of ITC.
In addition to trusteeship, BOI-ITC, as an accredited business development service provider BDSP for the Bank of Industry, offers financial advisory services covering loan facilitation, financial structuring, documentation support, and credit risk evaluation.
We've just recently been appointed as a trustee to a tokenized debt issuance, which is, I think, the first of its kind in Nigeria, and we're going to be part of that transaction. So that's really exciting, and it demonstrates our ability to be at the cutting edge of innovation in the financial services sector. This is an evolving area, and it's one of the areas that in our mid-term strategic plan, we plan to be an active participant in. So being one of the first trustees on that sort of transaction is particularly exciting for us. And I think everyone should watch the space. I think it's the next new thing in the trusteeship sector. There's also the whole idea that it's reserved for the wealthy, people who have tons of assets. But no, it's for everybody. If you have people who you're interested, family members, anyone who you want to transfer your assets to, it's better to deal with it in a structured manner. So no matter how little the assets are, just come in, have a conversation, go and have a conversation with a trust advisor, and then they can put structures in place. And it can also be budget friendly, so it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive.
Since its inception, BOI-ITC has consistently evolved its offerings to meet the needs of both individuals and corporations in Nigeria's economic landscape. For more information on how to enjoy the unique services of BOI-ITC, please visit www.boitcnigeria.com. The bank's strategic partnerships with its subsidiaries, local public and private institutions, as well as global financial organizations have been instrumental in fulfilling its developmental mandate. Stay tuned as we continue to spotlight the exceptional contributions of other BOI subsidiaries in our upcoming episodes. To rewatch this and past editions of the program, go to www.youtube.com and type in Bank of Industry Limited Nigeria in the search area. You don't want to miss the subsequent episodes of BOI-Impact featuring BOI-ITC, as we'll be demystifying issues around trusteeship and estate management. That's it on this edition of BOI-Impact. I'm Elo Odibo-Madaki. Thanks for watching.